Hi, I'm Coach Corey Wayne, and this is my video coaching newsletter. And the topic of today's newsletter is going to be she's seeing another guy but keeps contacting me. Why? Well, this particular email is kind of an update to a video newsletter I did a few months ago that was titled Seven Principles to Get an Ex Back Friend Zone Drama. And so this guy, I think, when I looked it up, I think he was 61 and the woman in question is like 42. So he basically turned her off and got friend zoned. So he went into no contact. And then eventually, I think it was like 3 weeks later, she finally reached out. He tried to set a date, and then she just didn't even reply after that. A few weeks later, she texted him again. He didn't try to set a date. He just said, hey, thanks for checking in. Because he was following what's in Seven Principles to Get an Ex Back. Last time he tried to set a date, she just blew him off, and that's what had happened before. Because typically, when a woman comes back that tried to friend zone you, or maybe they got back together with a boyfriend, or they were dating you and another guy, but they were further along with the other guy, and they get serious with that dude, and you say, hey, well, give me a call if it doesn't work out or whatever. And they do start to come back, but then you try to set a date and they won't, or they're evasive, or they avoid it, or like in this case, she just ghosted this guy, and then weeks later reaches back out. They're definitely looking for attention. They're looking for validation. But the big takeaway is that the guy that they're with, it's not looking good. They don't feel comfortable and safe that it's going to turn into something. So they get back in touch with you to kind of warm you back up as a backup plan in case it doesn't work out with the other guy. And that's why when you pick up on this, like in this case, he tried to set a date and she just didn't even reply to the message. She just left him hanging. He doesn't hear from her for 3 weeks. So when you see that kind of behavior, then you don't even bring up getting together anymore. Because as I say in Seven Principles, Get an Ex Back, you ask twice. If she reaches out, and both times, two different times she reaches out after she breaks no contact, and both times she's evasive, won't make a date, tells her schedule is busy or works crazy or whatever, or like in this case, just doesn't even acknowledge or reply to it, then you stop asking. And then after that, when she reaches out, you'll send no more than 2 to 3 text replies and just say, hey, I got to run. Or like in this case, he said, hey, thanks for checking in. And one of two things will happen. They'll either bring up getting together or they'll stop contacting you. And so he's basically at the point where he's not going to bring up getting together anymore. And then what happens is he comes home one night and she's in his driveway writing a note to him. And then he invites her in, they hang out, but nothing happens. She tries to friend zone him again. He says friends with benefits. She balks at that, and so it's a good email. It's like this is kind of similar to what I went through when I was going through, as I discussed in my book, is that even after the woman breaks no contact, if she's still involved with somebody else or it's not completely resolved the other guy or the ex, then they'll get in touch, but they won't make dates. They often won't do anything physical with you because they don't want to cheat, but they want to keep you warm. And they want to keep you lined up in the bullpen, ready to slide in there in case things go sideways with Chad Thundercock. So you just have to understand what's going on and how to operate and what the woman is doing and what her motivation is. And if you understand that, and it's like, oh, it's really easy what to do. Again, that all of these decades of doing this and teaching it, and prior to that, decades of learning this shit on my own, the hard way is perfected what's in Seven Principles to Get an Ex Back. These things are in there, and they're laid out that way for a reason, to keep women like this from jerking you around and wasting your fucking time. So he says, hey, Corey, thank you, Coach, for your many contributions to humanity. Without it, I would have gone to the grave wondering why Mr. Nice Guy never got the girl. I still can't figure out how you figured all this out on your own, and I'm grateful that you shared it with all the rest of us. Well, it wasn't all on my own. I learned from some great people. People like Dr. Love really helped me connect a bunch of dots. And all the other people that I talk about in the book, Tony Robbins was a big help. It's like I merged what I learned in self-help and sales and business and took some of those skills and applied it to dating. To refresh your memory, I wrote you back in April and you did a newsletter titled Seven Principles to Get an Ex Back, Friend Zone Drama. You stated I was misapplying your 7 principles by setting open-ended dates which resulted in rejection. I also wanted to know if 2 possible scenarios that may occur would substitute for night dates or be another attempt at friend zoning. The female in question is 20 years my junior with the body of a 20-something. Again, I think she's 42 if I remember right, and he's like 61. She has narcissistic tendencies and gets the attention of 8 to 10 male orbiters. Well, we know you're not going to get into a relationship and you're not going to wife her up. She's a friend with benefits, sex playmate. That's it. Hookup buddy. She most likely monkey branch for 2 months before ending it via a dubious, nonsensical text message. I don't believe she was loyal despite her denial, and I'm having to accept she is not a good girlfriend or wife material. However, I still want her on my practice squad instead of being on her beta male orbiter gay male boyfriend squad. Well, that's understandable. The update. Still maintaining no contact, and 3 weeks after the botched date, she invites me. She reached out on May 20th at 6:52 p.m. and left this voicemail. I was just calling to say hello and see how things are going. I didn't know if you were working or what you were doing. Talk to you later. Hope you're doing well. Heard you've been exercising. That just deserves a text back. So what do? We assume she's reaching out because she wants to see you. So you're going to try to make a date. I can't remember. He'd already probably done that in the past. I think she broke it off and tried to friend zone him. He said, no thanks. Hit me up if you change your mind. So he says, this time I was direct and responded at 8:13 p.m. via text. Just got back. I'd love to see you. We should get together and make dinner this week. What's your schedule like these days? She didn't respond and ghosted me for another 3 weeks. So why would she do that? She's reaching out, want to know what he's up to. What the real reason for her, hey, what are you up to? Is, hey, are you still single? Do you still want to fuck me and date me? That's all she's really looking for. And he obviously confirmed when he tried to set a date that he was, but she's still with the other guy. So poof. That's why she disappears. She got the attention, she got the validation, but it's still not over with the other guy. That's why she did this. On June 13th at 9:17 p.m., she leaves this voicemail. Hey, Bob. It's Jessica. Let me change these names here real quick for the girls. Got to protect the innocent. I saw you the other day at Stop and Shop and wanted to say, hey, and see if you were okay. How is the garden doing? Guess I'll see you around. Bye. I responded via text at 10:14 p.m. Hey, I got your voicemail. Thanks for checking in. So under normal circumstances, if it's 9 o'clock at night and she's texting you this, you can just say, come over. But things were kind of squirrely with her. We know there was another guy she ghosted last time. And so this time, he just said, hey, thanks for your voicemail. Because again, as soon as he asked her to get together, she didn't respond for 3 weeks. And now she's reaching back out. Why is she reaching out 3 weeks later? Because again, it's not looking good with Chad Thundercock, or whoever the dude is she's dating. So she ghosted until July 30th at around 6 p.m. So that's like, this whole thing's like 2 months. It started in May, and now we're into July. He says, I was pulling up to my house, and she was in my driveway writing me a note. She saw me, got out, and showed me the note. And it said something like this. Stop by to say hello and see how you were doing. I was in the neighborhood. Hope you're doing well. Jessica. She looked freshly made up with her hair, fingernails, and toenails professionally done that day. Well, she was looking good. I said, well, come on in. Let's have a glass of wine and catch up. That's an instant date. She asked me how she looked. I was like, you look great. You look even better if you were naked in my bed. But how you been? I complimented her and invited her to share a bottle of wine. She said I looked good, my car looked good, and the wine was good. She kept saying she had to go, but didn't at first. When we were in close proximity, I briefly placed my hand on the small of her back as I walked by, but sensed her pull away. So again, if she's there, I'm going to go right for the kiss and kiss her on the lips. Like when she shows up, kiss her on the lips, give her try to. If she turns her head, then you'll know what that's all about. The likelihood of things progressing or low. Again, she shows up looking hot. Maybe she was hoping to see Chad Thundercock, but he wasn't available. So you're the second guy. She decided to come by and go, hey, look at me. I then invited her for a ride in my 4x4. Halfway up the trail, she vaguely mentioned she was seeing this Bob guy. When we were dating, she admitted that she had a fling with him in the past. He's her age, and they have known each other for 10 to 20 years, but I rarely saw him, and nor did she mention him much, nor would she ever tell me his last name. I remained calm, only to say, I knew you had a thing for him. I could see it in your eyes. She said she didn't think he felt the same way. So if she says, oh, I've been seeing this guy Bob, then I would be like, well, great. You know, if you're dating Bob, it's kind of inappropriate for you to be showing up looking beautiful like this and hanging out with me. You should be spending time with Bob. And if it doesn't work out with Bob, hit me up, because I'm not going to be your side piece. I'm not going to get involved with you if you're dating this guy. But we know she's not loyal. But at the end of the day, it's still our job to hold women accountable and let them know what the standards are if they want to play in our world. At some part of the evening, she started saying to me, you will always be my friend. To which I replied, friends with benefits works. To which she balked. And he says, look me up if it doesn't work out, I replied. Then she left around 8 p.m. with a glass of my wine, and I haven't seen or heard from her since. I also heard through the grapevine that she and her son went to this Bob guy's, I guess they went to St. Augustine for the 4th of July weekend. So, he says, number one, in retrospect, I think she showed up at my house solely for attention and validation on her way to Bob Thundercock's. Probably. Or did I deal myself out of an opportunity for sex and romance? Well, again, what I would have done differently, if she's in my driveway writing a note like that, I would have she got out of her car, I'd have gone up and kissed her on the lips and hugged her. Hey, how you been? And invited her, hey, let's have a glass of wine. Did you come over for a booty call? What's going on? You miss me? Oh, no, I just think he was a friend. I was like, well, I'm not down to be a friend. We can be friends with benefits, but I'm not going to be just your platonic friend. Number two, if not, how could I have handled this scenario better or seen it coming instead of getting played by her again? Well, it's just like she's just warming you up. You know, it's like she comes by, throws a few logs in the fire to keep things going a little bit, you know. That's all that was really, really going on here. So she's just trying to make sure that you're still interested in case it doesn't work out with Bob Thundercock, that she'll be back. And so going forward, what you should do is nothing. If she reaches out, same thing. Hey, nice hearing from you. Hope you're doing great. Don't get involved in answering her questions or nothing. She has to bring up getting together. And if she says she'd like to see you, then just say, I'm down, but I'm only interested in seeing you if you're no longer seeing Bob Thundercock. I'm not going to get involved. I'm not going to be your side piece. It's like if you're dating somebody, it's just not appropriate for you to be coming over or wanting to hang out. And if she says, no, it's over, we're not seeing each other, it's like, well, great, let's get together and make dinner. And if she does the friend thing, says, oh, I just want to make clear that I'm just coming over and we can be friends, just say, I'm not interested in that. You know, like I told you last time, it's like I'm not interested in anything platonic. If you change your mind, hit me up. I got to run. Talk to you later. So, again, she typically won't come over and hang out, have fun, and hook up unless things are done with this other guy. And so now that she's told you she's seeing someone, if she shows up and she's in your driveway again, leaving you another note, you're like, hey, what happened? Did you break up with Bob and now you're coming over for some great rebound sex? And she's, oh no, I just wanted to leave you a little note and say hi. I was in the neighborhood. It's like, well, if you're still seeing Bob, it's kind of inappropriate for you to be coming to the house of a man you used to date. I don't respect that at all. That's not okay. I like women that are loyal, and if you want me to lose respect for you and lose interest in you completely to the point where I don't even want to talk to you anymore, keep doing this. Keep dating another guy and then showing up at my house wanting to hang out looking incredible the way you look. It's not appropriate. I like women that are loyal and family oriented, and it doesn't seem like you're that way. If that's the case, then probably best that you lose my number. I'm just not going to get involved. So that would be just a few things I would keep in mind for when she reaches, or if she reaches out again. But you did a good job of cementing yourself in friend zone, and you see this is why 7 Principles Get an X-Back is laid out the way it is, because you're going to get involved with women that are going to behave this way with you, and so you got to have firm boundaries that show respect, and you're going to have to hold her feet to the fire. But it's pretty clear she ain't loyal to nobody. That hoe ain't loyal. But she could be on your practice squad as long as she's single and ready to mingle, and definitely wear a raincoat, because you have no idea what she's doing when you're not around. So if you got a question or a challenge and you want to get my help, go to understandingrelationships.com, click the products tab at the top of your screen on any page on my website, and book a coaching session with yours truly. If you haven't already signed up for our exclusive premium members-only content, in the video description of this video, there are links to join on YouTube, or you can join on Spotify or our website, understandingrelationships.com. Just click the plans tab when you get there. And the good news is with our website, you can do a 7-day free trial to check out what content you get for your money. And at the end of the 7-day free trial, if you choose an annual plan, you get a 25% discount for paying the whole year's premium up front. So go to understandingrelationships.com right now, sign up for a premium membership free trial. Until next time, I will talk to you soon.